Welcome to the Powerful One podcast, episode 17 with Elise Marin. Guys, Elise is so powerful. I'm so excited to have her on the podcast. She's been wanting to do a podcast. Her subscribers have been wanting to do a podcast for a long time, and the stars aligned for us. It is amazing. We talk about everything from her glow up journey and where she is now. She's at like 33,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is incredible. She's impacting so many people, inspiring so many people. And basically, we just talk about her glow up journey and how she was able to find herself, find confidence in herself, and just be powerful in who she was. And now she's just helping other people to find their power and find, who they are and to love themselves and stuff of that nature. So amazing podcast. And guys, Elise is perfect for Powerful One because she's somebody who she created her own path. She started a YouTube channel. She was consistent for like 3 years, even, not having a lot of views. And she was posting every day. And she just went all in on herself and what she loves doing. And you really can tell in her voice in this episode, the passion she has for what she does, for creating content, for helping people. And, she's the perfect person to represent Powerful One and just being powerful in yourself and powerful in what you do and trying to spread that power to get other people to have the same thing. And so I know you guys are going to really enjoy this episode. Here it is, episode 17 with Elise Marin. All right, we're rolling. We're live. Elise Marin, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? How's your quarantine?
It's going well. I think I wake up way too late, but I need to start waking up earlier because I do my morning routine. I'm telling my subscribers, I'm like, yeah, I woke up at 9:30 this morning for the video, but then like every other morning, I'm waking up super late, but it's all right though.
Oh yeah, like that one video you got outed when it was like 2:00 or whatever.
Yeah, that was like one at college or something. My roommate was like, it's literally 3:00 or something like that. And the title of the video was like my very extra 7 a.m. morning routine.
Right.
I was like, shut up, Matt. I was like, you don't need to tell people that.
So I guess that's a good transition to you and your YouTube channel. So let's see. I guess we'll first start with we got connected through a mutual friend, and I started watching some of your videos, and I was like, man, like I really like what you're doing because I personally don't see a lot of people our age, your age, doing, I don't know, just like cool stuff and putting themselves out there on the platform, and kind of like your glow up, your come up, and that's kind of how I guess you started with your YouTube channel, and now you got a whole Instagram page for it. So I guess let's start with just the beginning, maybe like high school into, why you wanted to start like the glow up thing, how it happens, everything in between.
Yeah. So originally I first started my YouTube channel when I was a junior in high school. And I had always wanted to make YouTube videos. I mean, I think everybody does at one point. And I think we've all, at least like all my girlfriends will, like when we were younger, we would like film ourselves and then edit videos and stuff and pretend we're on YouTube or something like that. And, my friends and I always wanted to make channels and stuff like that. And my neighbor and like my god sister Elizabeth, she's been in some of my videos. We actually edited a couple of videos together and tried to make a channel, and it just never worked. And so junior year rolled around, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. It was January, so like New Year's and stuff. I'm like, all right, this is my resolution. Like, I'm just gonna do it. And I started making vlogs actually. So it had nothing to do with like the glow up journey.
Gotcha.
And I vlogged every single day for almost a year.
Damn.
I really put a video out every single day, but I was getting like 20 views, something like that, super low amount. And I kept at it, and it was so frustrating. I kept doing like daily vlogs, just like what I was doing the day, and I would just edit stuff like that, and no one was watching them, and I was so frustrated. And that went on junior year, part of senior year, and then I kind of gave up part of the senior year, like the end going into summer and stuff. And then when I got to college, my first year, I made a couple more videos, and then I remember I went home and I had kind of a stressful freshman year. And so, we go home for winter break and stuff. And I was like, all right, I just need to like take care of myself. And I was like, I kind of want to lose a little bit of weight and like, clear my skin and work on myself. And I just kind of want to have like a glow up or whatever. And so At first I wasn't really gonna film it or anything because I wasn't really doing much YouTube at all. And so I remember I was watching like weight loss videos and stuff in my bed, and this one video came up, and it was this YouTuber Olivia DeAndrea, and she had this thing called the Globe Diaries. And I watched her video, and it's kind of similar to what I'm doing now. So she's the one who started the whole thing, and she just made these edited videos of her on this like whole glow up, journey and stuff. And she was like really vulnerable on camera, and like she'd show herself crying and like overweight, but then she would show how she overcame it and ate healthy and lost weight, and how she did it on her own. And it was just super inspiring and motivational. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I have a YouTube channel, I love this, I just do vlogs now. And I wasn't expecting to get like views at all from it, because I think at this point I maybe had like 400, 500 subscribers or something. And I was like, you know what, I just kind of want to do what she does. Like, I'm gonna videotape, and I'm going to record my journey, because her journey helped me. And, maybe I don't get many views, but maybe it will help somebody. So over the winter break, it was like a month and a half or something like that, I just filmed a glow up video or whatever. And I made 2 parts, put it up, went back to school. Nothing really happened. And then like a month or two later, the video just like blew up and started getting like thousands and thousands of views. So, I mean, that's just kind of like where the whole globe thing started, essentially.
So did this girl like start the glow up thing? Because I'd never heard about it until I met you.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I mean, I've never really heard of like glow up or like any of that stuff before Olivia, and she has over 1 million subscribers. She actually commented on one of my videos. I freaked
Yeah.
out. Yeah, so she's got so many subscribers. But yeah, I mean, I never really heard much. I think she kind of, I don't know if it was like a trend before or something, but I think she definitely like amped it up, because the word glow up is now very popular. And that's how my videos did well, was because she was making them, and a lot of people watching her stuff, my things would pop up in the search engine, and then they're like, oh, cool. And then I would say like, this is inspired by Olivia DeAndrea. So, yeah, but
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm curious about the fact that, because I know for a lot of people, people, when it comes to consistency, a lot of people get discouraged because they don't see that immediate like gratification, that immediate result. So walk me through your mindset of like, you're posting all these videos and you're not getting any views. Like, what made you keep going? Because most people would not
oh my
initially.
honestly, there were so many times where I literally wanted to give up. I think the thing that kept me going was, you can't just go into it being like, oh, I want to be YouTube famous, or like, oh, I want a ton of subscribers. You have to do something because you're actually passionate about it. And then the rest of that stuff, like the views, it doesn't matter. Like, if you really love making videos and putting stuff out, like, still I put things out and I get demonetized all the time, so I'm not making money off of it, but I'm still doing it, and I still don't mind, because I'm like, I love doing it, I love making the videos, I love putting that stuff out there. But yeah, you just have to if you honestly, like, if you're just going into it with the mindset of like, I want to make money and I want views,
Yeah.
like, you're never going to succeed, because I was getting no views for like 2 years or something. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like, I would just, and it was every day I was putting content out. I mean, I would literally stay up to like 4 a.m. because I would come home. I'd film all day long, like at school, like with friends or whatever. Come home, do homework, edit all night long, wait for it to upload, put it on YouTube, and I'm getting like 20, 30 views.
Right, right.
No money, like nothing. So I just kept going because it was honestly fun, and it's really fun for my friends and I to look back on the videos. It's like a good memory for us. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're not passionate about it, I would literally not even bother doing it.
Yeah, I feel like I completely agree. I say that all the time. Like, I feel like the key to longevity and then like eventually monetary success is, like, the passion has to be there first. Like, you got to love the process, because obviously the process is really long and there's more downs and ups, especially at first. So yeah, so you said the channel took off from one specific video, really. So how long have you been doing like the glow up officially now?
Yeah. So last time, actually, around, yeah, literally last year around this time, I think I posted it in like January or February. And then, well, it's May now. I think in like, no, I think like April it started kind of like picking up. April and like May, and then it started like really picking up from there. So I've been doing it since about this time last year. I mean, a little bit earlier on. Yeah.
So before you started it, like, had you officially like blown up? And can you talk about what, like, in your eyes, I guess, blow up means for people who don't know what it means?
Yeah, okay. So I think the globe is honestly like, I don't think it's just physical. I think it's mental also. It's being the best version of you that you can be. It's not comparing yourself to anyone else and being like, I want to be just like them, like mentally and physically. It's like, I want to be the best version of me that I can be. And so whether it's like learning new things and like making yourself, more knowledgeable, or just like working out and maybe losing weight or toning up, or
Yeah.
cleaning your skin, or just like overall being happier. It's just really about being the best version of yourself.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about it, and that's what I thought it was. I'm glad you said that because that's what I'm doing with Powerful One. It's like
Yeah.
you gotta love yourself, and you gotta be powerful in yourself first, and everything else is just like once that happens, like that has to be the first thing. So that's
Mhm.
why I really admire what you're doing and admire the glow up journey. So talk about when you started to like get that mindset change and started to like blow up. I guess like when did that happen for you? Was it before you started posting the videos, or was it like during?
No. Well, so I just remember like I just did not feel good about myself at all, especially in high school. I was really, really insecure and I started putting on a lot of weight. And it was just really bad. Like I felt really sad, and I just wanted to make a change. And so then things ended with this guy and at the first semester of college. And so when I came home, I was just like really upset about that. And I just didn't feel good in my body, and it just didn't feel good mentally. And I just felt like I was lost. And so I remember I saw the video with Olivia DeAndrea, and I was like, you know what? I just kind of want to do what she's doing and work on myself and be better. And so that's when I started like working on myself over break, and I started going to the gym and eating healthy and working on my skin. And I started like reading articles and stuff on like self-help and self-improvement, just trying to be better. And so yeah.
And like, when did it really click for you where you're like, wow, like this is, I guess, officially like my glow up journey. Like it's real. It's not just I was inspired and I was curious. It's more like this is real now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think for me, it felt real, honestly, when like people were getting inspired by me, like people were saying things. Because
Yeah.
obviously, like I started noticing changes and stuff within myself, and I started feeling better. But for me, it felt really real when people started commenting and being like, "Oh my gosh, like that helped me, that inspired me to do better." That's when it hit me, because I was like, "Wow, my journey is helping other people," and that's all I wanted to do this entire time. It wasn't like a set goal or a set anything, like, because there's never really an end to it. I know people are like, when's your journey going to end or whatever. I'm like, it's never going to end. I'm always trying to be better each and every day. And there's going to be moments where I'm like up here and I go back down, and I might gain a few more pounds, but then I want to lose again, or, it's all over the map. But yeah, no, for me, it was definitely people's responses and stuff to my glow up journey. I started being like, wow, this feels real. Like, this feels really good.
Yeah, I feel like that's such an awesome combination when you can find a passion and the passion that also helps people. Like that's a really really rare thing to come by. I think a lot of people who probably admire your channel also admire that you found something like that. But I mean, how many subscribers on you? Because YouTube's your biggest platform. So like, how many people? Because you have tons of people who love and are like so into your content. So how many subscribers do you have right now?
Right now, it's at like 33,000 something. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's crazy. So, I mean, how many messages and stuff do you get from people? Because you're obviously, influencing people all over the country, and I assume probably all over the world a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah. It's crazy. I have people from like I'm so grateful. I don't know. I
Yeah,
will just like scroll through DMs. It's hard to respond because there's only one of me, and I have a lot of DMs on like both accounts.
yeah,
But it's crazy. There's people from all over the world. I mean, I don't know, it's insane. I have a lot of people from like Germany, there's people from Australia, um like Spain. I mean, like literally everywhere. It is nuts. Like I love being able to talk to people and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm from Germany, like I watched your video." I was like, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, "That's crazy." That is so cool.
yeah. That's one of like the magic parts about social media that people a lot of times are always caught up on the bad stuff. But it's such like you're influencing people all across the world just by, you know, being you and posting and like sharing about it.
Yeah. No, it is great. It's just been awesome and being able to talk to people and make new friends and stuff. Cause I will literally like DM people, and sometimes I just like click with somebody and like we'll just like talk a lot, and it's really great. It's just so fun, and then I get to learn about those people and learn about their struggles, and like I don't know. And honestly, they say that I inspire them, but I'm like, if anything, they're inspiring me. Like they literally give me tips. Like I've had people send me, they're like, "You're like you should try this workout out," or "I do this thing." And they're like, "I went on a walk, like I ran." I'm like, "You guys are inspiring me." So I don't know. I think it's like they're inspiring me,
Right.
and I'm inspiring them.
So what kind of things have helped you glow up the most in terms of like, I know you're into like, you know, fitness, like reading, a lot of just like mind, like mental aspects. So what have been like a lot of the key pieces that have helped you like in your glow up journey to become like a new person?
So for me, I struggled a lot with weight, and I don't think a glow up necessarily has to be just about weight. But the thing that frustrated me the most was like when I was more overweight and I felt really unhappy, is when people would be like, "No, you look fine. Like you look beautiful. You look beautiful. Like you don't need to lose weight. Like that's unhealthy." And I'm like, this is my journey, and like if I feel unhappy and if I feel that I want to lose weight and do it in a healthy way,
Right.
that's nobody else's decision.
Yeah.
So for me, it was losing weight in a healthy way, not like starving. Because I've done the whole like I literally in I think it was my sophomore year of high school. I lost so much weight. I was doing like 500 calories a day. Like it was so bad. And I would drink like 5 cups of coffee a day. Like that's like restricting calories to the point where it's just unhealthy and it's not safe. So for me, I just started like intermittent fasting, which has been a lifesaver. And it's helped me control my urges to binge, because I've been intermittent fasting for like a year and a half now. And so I've been able to train myself like when to stop eating. And so then I don't binge, and I'm able to control like what I'm consuming all the time. And I can say no to certain things, and I can portion my food and stuff. So definitely losing weight and like intermittent fasting has been one of the best things for me, at least.
So from that's cool. 'Cause I know I've definitely done intermittent fasting, and I know a ton about it. But I know it helps a ton of people, and so I think it's cool that you found that. I
Yeah.
think that's something that's important for people to find out what works for them, because it doesn't work for some people, but it works for a lot of people. You know.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I've had a lot of subscribers say that they like it a lot, but it really is, because intermittent fasting isn't a diet; it's more so just a lifestyle and like a pattern of eating, and like so I think it's great because you can really like put it and figure it out depending on your schedule and stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can push it longer. Like if I maybe ate kind of poorly one day, I'll just like push my window like smaller the next day or something. So
And
that's
there's health benefits to doing it as well, like longevity benefits and real stuff and real science on it.
yeah.
That's cool too.
Yeah. So
What? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I watched a lot of videos on like the health benefits and stuff, and it's just really good because your digestive system doesn't need to be constantly working on like digesting your food, and so it's really great to give your body a break. And then you start. I think it's. I love how I've been intermittent fasting for like a year and a half. I don't know all the science because it goes one year out the other, but then your body starts like burning fat.
Yeah, I think the autophagy process.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what about some of like the mental stuff? Like what, like, so that was, you know, obviously a huge physical thing, and it probably helped a lot with the mental side, but was there any big mental like realizations or mental kind of leaps that you made as well?
Yes. Okay. So for me, um, in high school, I always go back to in high school, and before this like glow up thing or whatever, I literally had this mindset that um like in high school, the like the popular kids or
Yeah.
whatever, like I don't really know, like I still wonder like how we've determined that
Right.
certain people are more popular than others. I'd still, because you could ask every single kid and like give them like a list of names, and everyone would literally point to the same person saying they're popular, but it's like there's no like, I don't know who decided that, but we all collectively decided who was popular.
Yeah, some weird like cultural, just like like establishments, like you just know.
Yeah, it's so weird. And I just had this like mindset. I remember I would just sit in class and stuff. And I literally swear to God, like, I'm not even saying this in like a funny way. I literally thought I was like the biggest loser. And I know everyone's like, oh my God, that's so cliche. Like, everyone thought they were the biggest loser. I'm like, no, I literally thought that I was not worthy enough to like talk to the popular kids, or, you know. And I remember I would like sit in class and stuff. And I remember one day this like lacrosse player or whatever, we sat next to each other and he never spoke to me. And one day he just like struck up a conversation with me. And I remember sitting there and it made me so happy. And afterwards I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, I can't believe he wanted to talk to me. And now I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why the hell would I think like that? I'm like, what do you mean, why would he want to talk to me? I'm awesome. Of course he'd want to talk to me. But like back then I had that mindset of like, oh my gosh, like they're so cool. Like, why would they want to speak to me and stuff like that? And I hate that mindset when I have people DM me and say things like, well, I just feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like so and so, I can't speak, like I shouldn't be able to talk to them or something like that. I'm like, we are all equal. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why I would have thought like that. I should have just struck up a conversation because he was not better than me and I was not better than him.
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest mental thing I've had to come over, is realizing my own worth and my value, and that I can talk to whoever the hell I want to talk to. And whoever wants to talk to me can talk to me, because we're all human and we're all equal. Just because somebody has more followers than somebody else doesn't mean that they're any better. So that was the biggest thing, is like I had to realize like, no, like I am cool, I am worthy, I am awesome. Like I can speak to who I want to speak to. Like I, you know, that's just this mindset I started realizing, and it helped me become more confident, because I started like going into, when I got to college, I would go into rooms with like people I didn't know, and normally I would just like not speak, you know, because I'd be like, okay, wait, they seem too cool for me or something. And it's like, yeah, like you can talk, like what the heck, like, and it's all about your like your body posture and like the
Yeah.
vibes and the energy you put out and stuff. And so it's like, don't keep your head down and look at the ground, and you know, because once you do that, they're gonna sort of read that and be like, okay, like I guess they don't have much confidence. But if you go in and you just start like talking up a storm, no one's gonna know if you have 1 million followers or if you have zero, or if you have money or if you don't have money. Like,
Yeah, that's such an amazing thing when you could get to that point. And it's something that I try to do with the students that I teach, like the young students. I'm like, when you're walking down the hallways in school, I'm like, put your head up and, put your shoulders back. So I'm like, you are like a powerful person. Like you should not let anybody try to pick on you. You should not worry about what people think. And so what advice would you give to people who, I'm sure you get that question all the time. Like I'm sure that's one of the things you maybe get the most, but what advice would you give to somebody who's really, really struggling with that? And I know everybody kind of, like, I believe that everybody kind of has to go through their own personal thing when it comes to that. But what would you say to that?
I mean, like we talked about earlier, fake it till you make it, fake it till you become it. It's like, I was watching this one video and this lady was like, literally just pretend you're an actress or something.
Hmm.
It's like, go into a room and just take on a role. Pretend you're like some sort of, I don't know, rich millionaire businesswoman, and like walk into the room and just like try it out or something. And just, you just have to just
Yeah.
fake it. I don't know, just
Yeah, that's good advice. That's really good advice.
pretend. It's like, who cares? Just pretend you're more confident than you are. That's kind of what I started doing. I just started acting more confident. I started being like, you know what? No, I can talk to these people. Like, this is my place. I'm allowed to, speak my mind and stuff like that. And then slowly, you start like, after the first time, you're like, oh, cool. Like I did that. And then
Yeah.
it's like, wait, I did that. I can do that whenever. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good advice. What about does like fashion or style or anything that you do like on the outside help with like an internal self-confidence? Because I know that like I think real self-confidence comes from like a an internal thing, but I know there's external like things that help. Is there anything that really helps you with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. Real self-confidence does come within. That's 100%. But there are definitely things on the outside. I've just noticed like the way that you dress and like carry yourself and stuff. I mean, just like in the business world, if somebody comes in for a job interview and they're dressed down and in really frumpy clothes, it's just how it is. Like you're not really going to have as much respect for them, because they didn't put the time and energy into dressing up and looking good and putting on a good presentation for the person. So why would you want to hire them if they're not going to put any effort into, looking the part and like looking the role? So I definitely think that, I talk about this in some of my videos. feeling good on the outside. Also, like changing your hair color helps with like confidence and stuff, and like trying a new makeup look, and putting on some clothes like that make you feel cute. I see nothing wrong with that. I know some people are like, that's not a glow up, and I'm like, yes, it is. If it makes you feel good, then that's part of glow up. So yeah, I mean, I just, started changing my style a little bit. I would just take a little bit more time figuring out outfits and stuff and just getting like cute pieces to put together. And I just started working on like new makeup looks and stuff. And last summer I made my hair blonde, and it just made me feel so much more confident. It made me feel good.
No, I definitely think that's a good thing. I encourage people, like, I think it's good for them to like try, like maybe put on different clothes, like see how they make you feel. If there's a pair of shoes that you really like make you feel good, then like you should wear those shoes. Like don't
Exactly. And I think that's completely fine. So yeah, no, it's definitely, like you said, it's really, internal mostly, but the next step is definitely on the outside, because you just, when you're walking in an outfit that's a little bit nicer, that makes you, it doesn't even have to be nicer, it just makes you feel better. Like you just exude more confidence than
yeah.
you if you had an outfit on that didn't make you feel good.
Right. I think that's like an important distinction is like that doesn't mean it has to be nice. Like I dress like a homeless person half the time, but it makes me feel good, right? Like I do weird stuff. Like I paint my nails because it makes me feel good. Like that's something I do. And so I think like everybody's got their own thing, whatever that is. So
For sure. And I remember I had some people DM me and they're like, I'm scared people are going to make fun of me if I dress like this certain way. And it's like, who cares what everyone else thinks? Like, honestly, at the end of the day, everybody is so invested in their own lives. Like, we really don't care that much. And if they act like they care for like 5 seconds and they'll just forget about it. So just do your own thing, be your own person. If it makes you feel good, who cares what anyone else thinks? Just do what you want, wear what you want. If you're a boy and you want to put like makeup on, go ahead. If you're a girl and you don't want to wear makeup, go ahead. It literally doesn't matter. That's why I literally just love when people do something different or whatever makes them happy. I'm like, go you, do it. It makes you feel good.
yeah, I have a good quote off that. If other people's opinions are just that, it's their opinions, and it has nothing to do with you. And then I completely lost the other one. It's actually one of my favorite quotes. So I'll remember it. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's really important. So what's something that you see a lot of your people, because I'm sure like you said, you get tons of DMs, tons of people reach out to you. What's something that people struggle with the most? It seems like.
I honestly see so much stuff on. I see a balance between like a lot of people struggle with like binge eating and then just like overall being confident. So it's kind of like the two, and then it sort of branches out into other things. But I see so much people don't know how to control their binge eating, which that question pops up all the time. And then a lot of people talk about like how to like maintain confidence and stuff, and like how to stay happy like overall. So
Yeah, we should do a whole episode on like eating and binge eating.
yeah, for sure, because people ask that all the time, and for me it's taken a while, but I don't think I would have been able to control myself if I didn't start intermittent fasting, because it forced me to have control, because once that hour hit, it was like, all right, you can't eat anymore. I mean, I can. This is the thing. It's like I can, but I choose not to. So I have to like have that mindset.
Yeah, I feel like a way to think about intermittent fasting for anyone who's never tried it is almost like if you have like a planner for the assignments you have versus just having the assignments in your head. It's just more structure. At the very least, regardless of health benefits and stuff like that, it's just more of structure. Like you're just restricting certain times to make for better structure and basically like less caloric load because you're eating less frequently. And so I think that at the very least, thinking about it like that, like it's a structured thing, could be good for people. And I definitely think that has its place, like intermittent fasting as well. But yeah, we could for sure do a whole episode on that, honestly.
Oh, for sure. There's so much stuff to talk about.
So what's your uploading frequency? Is it every week? How often are you uploading videos?
I don't really have. I know a lot of people on their banner on YouTube say like every Wednesday or 2 times a week or something like that. I don't put that because I'm sorry, I just cannot take that responsibility on, because I just don't have specific days. Recently though, I've been uploading every week, but the past couple videos, it was like every 4 days or something like that. So
How
uh,
is oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've been doing it a lot more frequently now, but so yeah, but there's not really a set date, but you can expect like a video to come out every week for the most part.
So has it been easier or harder with you for video content? Because like personally, it's been really easy for me to do videos, like whether it's just podcasts or just little clips or stuff like that. So has it been easier or harder for you for transitioning?
It's honestly, you mean for like in quarantine?
Yeah, just during quarantine.
It's honestly been easier. I know a lot of people, obviously it's a hard time and stuff, but it's, being able to do YouTube, I've actually been lucky because I have this distraction and it's been super easy because I'll have this extra time and I just think of video ideas and I just film them at home. So it's been really nice because at school I'll get distracted, going out with friends and like just being in class all day and stuff like that. So I have a lot more free time. It's actually very nice. And I'm very lucky because I have Elizabeth, my god sister. She is literally my neighbor and will help take my thumbnail photos and like help me film and stuff. So it's
Yeah,
really
yeah. I just feel like there's so much to learn with YouTube.
nice.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people ask me in DMs and stuff, and they're like, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't know how to. And my thing of advice is, like, I could sit here and I could give somebody like every single thing I've ever learned, but the best thing of advice is to literally just do it and then learn as you go, because nobody gave me every single tip from me. There's like no YouTube handbook. I literally one day just made a channel and I just learned from there. Then I learned how to make the channel art. Then I learned how to like add little things here and there. I learned how to like put the tags in the video. I learned how to make the thumbnail. And as time goes on, you just learn. And I'm literally still learning. There's still things that I'll learn about YouTube. And I'm like, oh, cool, I didn't know I could put that setting on there. Like you just do it. I think people have this idea where it's like, oh, I have to know everything before I start. No, you don't. Like just start it and then you learn as you go.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things is just like I think it's way more, and I'll throw a quote at you from one of my mentors, but I think just taking like aimless action is better than, and then you just improve as you go. Like the day I started my podcast, I bought the equipment the day before. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what equipment to use. I
Yeah.
didn't know what software to use, and so but it's the quote is imperfect action always beats a perfect plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because it never is a perfect plan. Like you can wait forever for the stars to align, but it's never going to happen. Like if you just take the action, you learn as you go. That's the best way to do it. So I think that's a really good advice.
Yeah, no, and I definitely agree with that. Like you said with your podcast, you just have to kind of dive in the deep end, like head first, like just go with it.
Is that a mentality you have in like all aspects of life, just like that taking action?
Yeah, for the most part, I know a lot because I used to overthink things all the time, and a lot of people will ask me just advice on lots of different things, and they're like, "Well, what if?" And I'm like, "Stop asking what if. Just try it. Just you have to just do it because there's only so much advice I can give, and only so many tips and tricks I can give to someone until it literally gets to the point where I'm like, I don't know, just try it. Like you just try it one day." So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of like truth to, everybody has to experience their own kind of reality for being able to, I don't know, like I really think it's hard to progress without failures, and I think that everyone has to experience that on their own. And there's like you can give people advice and advice helps a lot, but everybody has to kind of take that at their own pace, I think.
No, I definitely agree with the part about failures and stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of um, talking about like one of my YouTube videos, when I made the first two glow up videos, my third one, I don't know if you ever saw it or not, the third one was about me like falling off the tracks again. So like I was doing super well and then I just like gained a bunch of weight back and like it started all over again. But that was a thing that people liked about the video. They're like, that's cool because it shows, like I talked about earlier, there is no end. Like you can always fall back off the track, but then that's fine because you get right back on. And that's what I talked about in the third video. And it was really important to me that I did have those failures because it just made me 10 times better. I'm like, all right, I did well, failed. Okay, but what can I do better? And now I'm better than I was at the beginning. So failure is super, super important.
Absolutely. I love that you said that. Yeah, I think it's super important. Like, what advice would you give if because this is one of those times where it's easy to see a lot of negatives during the quarantine. So, is there anything that helps you keep a good perspective and understand that there's rewards and positives and failures? Is there anything that helps you with that?
Oh, well, because I think everything happens for a reason. And honestly, I choose to stay positive because if I don't, then I think I'm putting like negative energy out in the universe. And I am such a believer of um like manifesting your dreams into reality and stuff because I just think that stuff works because that's what I just did with YouTube and that's what I do with my glow up is I just kept like manifesting, like just kept like replaying things in my head over and over again until it like became real. So yeah, I choose to not put those negative thoughts in my head because I think that that's gonna put like bad energy out in the universe. I know it might sound weird, some people might not believe in that, but I don't know. I just think it's a whole mindset thing. Like maybe something bad could happen and something bad might come out of this, but I think in the end something good always does come out of something bad, and so I just choose to like stay as positive as I can. And it will honestly, it just makes me depressed how I used to be back in
Yeah.
high school stuff is I just had a very unhappy mindset, so I just choose to you know imagine the future and like imagine bright things and happiness instead of always being so like dark and angry and like thinking the worst of everything. I just try to think the best and try to maintain that positivity.
So do you get like are there still super dark times for you where you get back into like maybe your old ways or old thoughts and habits, and like does that often happen a lot? Because I think that a lot of times people on like YouTube or Instagram are glorified to make it seem like they don't go through those issues. So do you still like deal with a lot of that stuff ever?
Yeah, so that's interesting you say that because on one of my videos there was actually a couple of people commenting. They were like, I wish I could be that happy and
Mm.
stuff like that. And it just hit me. I was like, okay, in my videos, just because I'm happy in the videos doesn't mean I'm happy all the time. And that's not to say that you can't get to a point in your life where you are happy and you feel good, because I am so much happier than I used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like just because you see something in my video and I'm laughing or I'm happy, like, yeah, I was in a good mood then, but they don't see, the things past the camera. They don't see the behind the scenes. Like, they didn't see that maybe an hour before that I was like sobbing my eyes out. That stuff still happens, and that's just part of life. And, there are days where I'm in a really bad mood, and sometimes I'm angry, and sometimes I'm sad, and I do still cry, and I still struggle with things, and I still do feel insecure. Like, I was feeling really insecure about my body the other day, but then, I try to tell myself like, no, like we don't think like that anymore, like we don't do that, we stay positive. So but yeah, I definitely think, like you're saying, people glorify things on Instagram, but that's just kind of like, even those people who look like they have perfect lives will be the first ones to admit like, no, like my life is not perfect at all. So
Yeah.
somebody sitting there looking through Instagram, you just have to remind yourself like, that was a photo or that's a video and you didn't see what happened when they clicked the pause button, or you didn't see what happened when they put the camera down. So you just have to remind yourself that everybody has their struggles, and just because something looks good from your viewpoint doesn't mean that there wasn't some sort of like uphill battle to get there, or doesn't mean that that person has struggles still. So
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because that brings like a real human element into it that I think a lot of people won't maybe get. So I hope people who are listening realize that like
yeah,
everybody like, because I know a lot of times that can make people maybe like doubt themselves even more because they're like, oh, like this person's so happy, this person's got like all their stuff figured out, this person, this person, this person, and it can make them so far like get so out of touch with who they are and like glorify something that doesn't exist because they're still human, they still deal with issues and stuff like that.
that's why in my glow up videos I show like myself crying, and I've had people be like, that's so stupid. Like, I had somebody comment and they were like, I don't like people who cry. So I clicked off the video, and it's like, okay, whatever. But the reason I show that stuff, and, I've definitely had my guy friends and stuff poke fun at me and for like crying and stuff. And it's like, whatever, like I'm showing a vulnerable side. And that's the point. Like, that's a thing that I respected so much about Olivia DeAndrea,
Yeah.
is because I would watch other people's glow up videos and it was just them sitting down talking to the camera about how they went from here to here. And I'm like, but you didn't show me what happened in between. And she showed everybody. And that's why people are so inspired by her and love her. And that's why I love her so much, is because she showed, like, it's not just okay, let me just lose a few pounds. Oh, it's so happy. Yay. Everything is perfect. It's like she showed crying over her body and like her insecurities and just over life and all sorts of stuff. So I was so inspired by that. That's why I show that aspect, because I want people to realize, like, you know, everyone has those emotions and you can get to that point where you do feel good, but crying is okay, and like getting angry, that stuff is okay. So that's why I edit those things in there, and that's why sometimes when I cry I turn the camera on, because I want to like express those things and show that it's okay. And while some people might make fun of it, like, it really does help a lot of younger girls.
Yeah. Yeah, I do want to say, like, so it doesn't get confused for people who don't know your videos, you do a really, really, really good job of showing the human side of things and showing like the good and the bad. And I think that's what's really, really cool about your video, because I feel like people who don't know you feel like they know you because you give them all parts of your life, basically. Like, you show them some embarrassing stuff, you show them the emotional stuff, the happy stuff. You really, really do a good job, and not a lot of people do, of showing like all of it, which is cool.
Yeah, that made me laugh. I do show some embarrassing things. So just I like put my like makeup video or whatever. I was talking like embarrassing boy stories. I was like, whew.
So yeah, no, that's why it's really cool. Like, what you're doing, it's real. It's not like, there's real there's so many real elements to it. Like, like that, for example, the one you posted yesterday. And I know people are watching, it's not going to be yesterday, but it was like you showed all of the pre-thumbnail stuff. Usually, it's just like, it's very organic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted people to see that also. I'm like, this is what it looks like when my friends and I are taking a thumbnail. It's not like we get a couple good images, but from that good image, like, some stuff goes down and, I don't exactly look like what the image portrays. So.
So what type of stuff are you excited for the future, whether it's for your channel, for your life, for your Instagram, like anything?
Yeah, okay. So I tend to think very far in advance in the future, but that's okay, try to manifest things. Okay, so I'm working on a project. It's kind of a secret because I don't want to spill anything yet. It should probably be out in like, I think like the next month or so. But that's gonna be super exciting. So it's gonna be something that I'm going to be like, I don't know, I don't want to talk too much.
No, I don't, and we can cut it down, but yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, I'm working on a project right now with Elizabeth, my god sister, and so we're doing something, and I'm really excited to share. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. Been working really hard at it, so it's gonna be super, super exciting, and I'm gonna share it with all my subscribers and stuff. But yeah, so working on a project like that. Some other things. I'm just, steady, hopefully steady incline with the channel. I'm just gonna keep putting content out there. I have actually another glow up video, so it's been a while. I have another one in the process of editing. So I'm excited to put that out there. I'm not exactly sure when I'm gonna put that out there. It has to be like, it feels right.
Yeah.
So, and then just like some other things I'm working on. That's what you were asking, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know I've spoken very minimally in my videos about this. I love screenwriting, and I literally just want to like make TV shows and movies when I'm older, and so does my friend Nolan. So we have been writing the screenplay for a very long time right now, and we're almost done. So yeah, so we love any of that stuff. So we're, hoping to like get that out there and like try to sell it or something. So we love writing and creating things. So yeah, that's just kind of what I'm working on creatively at the moment. And then, more stuff with like my glow up tips page. I'm hoping to hit 10,000 followers soon. So, cause we're getting there, but yeah, I'm just gonna, keep trying to make the glow up page a little bit better and see if I can interact with my followers a little bit more. But yeah, that's just kind of what I'm working on right now.
Yeah. So what's something you've learned from quarantine that you'll be able to use going forward back like in regular routine? What's something that you really learned that's helped you?
Oh my gosh, how to have fun just like on your own, and like how to enjoy your own company, because I think people struggle with that a lot. especially people in like relationships and stuff. I know a lot of girls were like, I can't see my boyfriend or whatever. They're like, it's really difficult and like I don't know how to be alone. It's like you just have to learn how to enjoy being with yourself, and that's why I like made like that spa night video, and it was like me literally just doing things all by myself. And it's like you just have to learn to like have fun on your own, do things by yourself. So I think that's the most important thing I've learned is just, how to calm my mind and, just be okay with being by myself and enjoy, just this alone time.
Yeah, that's such an important thing. And I think too, a lot of people who have only ever been around people, or let's say it's someone who's only been in a relationship, like if you don't know what it's like to like love yourself and be with yourself and be able to spend time with yourself, like you're gonna have a really hard time when shit hits a fan, like the quarantine or something like that, or an end of a relationship or something.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like you have to 100% love yourself more, or you have to love yourself first, before you can give love to somebody else. And I 100% agree with that. And that's what has happened to me. And, any relationships I've been in is like when things ended, I wasn't at the point where I fully loved myself. So I just completely crumbled. But, once you love and value yourself, then you're going to be completely fine with or without somebody. So that's
Absolutely.
definitely something important to learn for sure.
That's a good transition for if there's something we haven't mentioned, or maybe we have mentioned, but like one piece of advice. So let's say like someone can only hear this little clip. Like if you could just give everybody one piece of advice that you've maybe learned from your life or you've experienced, what would that be?
Okay, this is my favorite thing. My dad gave this to me because like I've said, I love screenwriting and I've always had like dreams of having like a TV show or something. And even he gave this to me before like my YouTube channel was like past 100 subscribers. I was always like, oh my gosh, like what if I don't get any subscribers or anything like that and I'm just stuck here, and then I hate my job when I grow up and I'm just like sad and depressed. One thing he told me, and it always stuck with me, he was like, Elise, the only person that can stop you from succeeding is yourself. He was like, nobody else can stop you from succeeding. The only person that would stop you is you. Like you would be the only one in your way of success. So as long as you are confident within yourself, and as long as you are motivated and passionate, and you see yourself succeeding and you keep pushing and going forward with it, like you will succeed. Like there's nobody else. You can't blame anybody else. If you want it, you will get it. You just have to want it bad enough. So that's my favorite thing. Yeah.
Shout out to Pops. That's good advice. Wow.
Yeah. Love my dad. I love that. I love that advice though. It just made me feel so good because I always had this mindset of like, well, what if like nobody likes my screenplays, or like what if nobody watches my videos, or like what if like I was always putting my problems like on like everybody else and always assuming that I can't succeed because somebody would come along. And it's like, no, if you want it bad enough, like you will get it. And the only person stopping you from success is yourself. So
yeah, I love that you said that. I think I might even agree. Like I think that's probably maybe even mine. Like yeah.
Like my favorite bit of advice. I love it. It makes me so happy. So yeah.
That's great. So where can people find you on YouTube, social media?
Well, my YouTube channel, Elise Marin, and then my like personal Instagram account, Elise Marin 8. Apparently I love the number 8. And then my Glow Up account, if you want just like glow up tips and stuff, and I post pretty much daily and I'm very active on there. People like that better than my personal account, which I understand why. It's Glow Up Tips 8. So yeah, that's where people can find me for the most part.
Boom.
Yes.
We out.
Yay, we did it.
You did it. You made it to the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching the podcast. Be sure to go like it, subscribe, share, all that stuff that you're supposed to say at the end of the podcast. Thank you guys again, and stay tuned every Thursday, powerful1.com/podcast, or on the Instagram page at Powerful 0, NE, Powerful 1. Thank you guys again. And again, last thing, if you guys are interested in being on the podcast, hit me up. If you got a cool story and feel like you really fit, the mold for Powerful 1, hit me up. We'll get you on the podcast. Thank you guys. Stay safe.